Hey guys, back again this week for another video, and this time I'm gonna teach you how to drain and fill your own transmission oil. So what the heck is a transmission anyways? Well, if you look at my old rusted bike, the gears on the back wheel, that's a transmission. And everyone knows how to ride a bike, so that means you know how to drive a car, right? The owner's manual will tell you when to service your vehicle for different items. So over here you see the automatic transmission fluid. You gotta do it every 60,000 kilometers, and right now, it's time to change. For the automatic transmission fluid, for the 2 liter, it tells you to use ATF Red 1. I decided to use AMSOIL ATF. So how do we know this will work with a tranny? Well, if you look in the back, in the latest revision online, Hyundai and Kia are under the same category and it'll say ATF Red 1. So this is good to go. Before you jack the car up, make sure this is on a level surface with your handbrake on and the rear tires chalked off. After that, you want to shake the car to make sure that everything is solid. With your car safely raised, we're going to go underneath. I also decided to put 2 blocks of wood beside the jack for some redundant security. You can never be too safe. Alright, so when we get under here, you're going to see your transmission pan. And over here, that's your drain bolt. We're going to use something called PB Blaster. What this does is removes any rust and corrosion on the surface. So we're just going to let that nicely soak up over there. Also, I suggest to lightly tap it to create any vibration where there might be rust on the inside of the thread. The last thing you want to do is have this snap off. This is from the back of the car facing the front. What we're trying to do is remove this bolt here. We take our 17mm deep socket and impact. Okay, so we got that loose. You see how quick that was? Now what we do is just slowly turn it. Keep turning, keep turning. There you go. So we're just gonna completely let this drain out. So how do you know when the oil is done draining? Well, it'll start dripping like this. That's your cue to take your bolt and tighten it back up again. So here's our drain bolt, and I can't remove the washer, which is that silver thing, so I'm just gonna use this again. You wanna make sure when you bolt it back on that there is no more drips after this. And then clean off this surrounding area. First what we're gonna do is just hand tighten this. Then we torque this down. That's 50 foot-pounds of torque. We're done. So after you tighten your bolt, what you want to do now is lower the car. So right now we're going to fill up the transmission, and what you're going to need is your 8mm Allen key. The location on where to fill up your transmission is actually in your engine bay. So what we do is go past the O2 sensors, right? And do you see that little black circle over there? That's our fill hole. Sorry about the shaky camera. So what we're going to do is take our short handle and put it down there. So then you grab right there at the long handle and you pull it towards you, just like that. And that's our fill hole. As you can see, it's just an 8mm Allen key. And I gotta cut my nails too. That's where we fill up our transmission oil. And as you can see, it's right beside the flex pipe and behind our second O2 sensor. Next, what you wanna use is a standard funnel and tube. And what we're gonna do, so here's a funnel with a screen filter to block dirt and debris, and all we did here is put the tube inside the fill hole. Hey guys, you guys care for a drink? This is how the old oil looks like. It's got like a reddish purplish hue. I'm just measuring back how much oil actually drained out of it. Alright, so I did the measurements on how much actually got drained. It's 4.1 quarts. So what I'm holding in my hand is something called an automatic transmission fluid. So this ATF has a nice red color, which almost looks like fruit punch. So here it gets drained. You just follow this red tube all the way down there. After when you're done filling it up with 4.1 quarts, you want to carefully remove the tube with a paper towel so you don't spill it all over the place. Just like this. Next, what you want to do is clean out the surrounding area. Now we can take our fill plug and screw it back in. After the fill plug is hand tightened on, we're going to take our Allen key and twist it by hand. So this doesn't have to be tightened too hard. 14 foot-pounds of torque. So all you're gonna do is just take your hand and with all your might, just push on the bar. Okay. And we're done. That's it. Now we gotta cycle the oil through the transmission. This is a procedure that you must do, and I'm gonna show you guys how. Alright, so step 1, we're gonna start up the car and warm up the transmission. So here we go. Okay? Alright, so what we're gonna do, put your foot on the brake at all times, alright? We put it at park for 10 seconds. It's already been 10, so now we're gonna put it to reverse. Okay? Do it for 10 seconds. Now we're gonna put it to neutral for another 10 seconds. Now we put it to drive. And now for the automatic, it has this manumatic mode. We put it there for another 10 seconds. Now we do the reverse. 10 seconds again. Back to neutral for 10 seconds. To reverse. And then back to park. While you're doing this for 3 rounds, try to smell if your transmission oil is burning or if there's any leaking in your drain or fill hole. If all is good and you don't hear any rattling or any new sounds, go for a test drive. After that, you should be all good. And that's how you change your transmission oil. Basically, I put in the same amount of fluid as I've removed. So if you like my video, consider subscribing.